Hey guys, it's Michael the Mechanical here. I was just trying to make a video, and someone had to push the door into my back. Not very nice of them. Anyway, I've been making parts with my 3D printer. Not all of them come out to be success stories like this one failure. I think Lucas should stay. But yeah, this one is one of those failures that didn't print properly. It's not always easy, especially on this printer. This printer is not maybe the best parts making printer, although that's just out of the box. Maybe with some tuning, calibration, upgrades, whatever, it might print better, but its quality wise is not the greatest. First, my thumbs are not on the wrong buttons, but it's making a part. It's been set, if I was to check out the tuning for it, it's at 48% speed, because if I make it move 100%, you'll have more flaws like this happening, and it's not too good. But it's doing okay at the moment, unless the leg there isn't printing properly. It's printing the leg properly, so yep. And earlier we made this 4-bearing stand, and it's been running like this for many hours, and it's been working well. It's also overhanging the bench here where the roll is, and it's just using this cage as a bit of a support. Now, unfortunately, it looks like something slid or whatever at some point. That was meant to be supporting it a little bit to keep it up a little bit, the spanner there, but obviously it's moved, so yeah. Now, there was one major failure, which is what all that spool is, and then there's all the excess bits of material that have come out. That doesn't mean that's all what it is. For printing with ASA, I'm using this special extraction fan to suck out the material particulates that are cancer causing, avoid getting sick again. Don't need that, no one does. And yeah, but you have to see how many we've actually made. We've made so many. Oh god, try to find your hole in the dark and getting out, but I'm just trying to move quickly so we don't have to hear their TV because they're playing stuff loud. Please not be in the kitchen. Oh great. And so now we come in here and we can look at all of the parts. Now there's about, I believe there was 30 in here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, almost 50. We've got almost 50 of these parts that are actually good. This one here was one that actually broke right here where my finger is, so it's going to just be a sample of what they can look like, pretty much. And this big jar is for treating these parts. There's going to be some liquids put in the bottom, and we're going to put this 3D printer outside and sit this on there, and then set the temperature to 60 degrees to heat this up with the fluids in the bottom, and just get it to sort of fumigate the parts a little bit. And then what's going to happen is, while it's shut, it's going to fumigate those parts, and then we're going to have them, the surface strength of them reinforced by the process that's going to happen inside the container. So what's going to happen is the fumes that are in there are going to melt the plastic just that little bit, and then what will happen is it'll take away those seam lines. So there will still be seams in the part, like where the lines are, but it will be structurally more stronger, and it should be much more resilient out in the world, in real world usage, which will be good. When I got my car back as well, there's another note. My one of these actually got broken, so we're taking the plastic one that's currently on there off and putting a metal one on. Never have I ever towed a trailer, but I'll end up eventually towing a trailer. And I just realized it's turned off the print again. It's frustrating when you need to print something and someone just keeps turning things off. Now, I only had that on for printer, but otherwise, this is where we're at, where we're making parts on 3D printers, and then we're going to use this 3D printer, put it outside, and fumigate some parts in here, which is probably going to take a long time. These parts are taking about 5 hours each to print, just because that printer is not very capable. of printing them at a high speed. It just doesn't have the heat potential to produce those parts. Is one of the reasons for it. We also don't have the atmospheric temperature, so these parts, in theory, are not going to be at their maximum 3D printed strength. So these are not anywhere near what is a sufficient strength for them to be, used in a load, but these are not under load, so that's good. The only problem is the birds and stuff that try to chew from, that's where your weakness is going to be. Otherwise, they would probably be fine as they are to just go up. It's just when they get moved around a little bit, they might likely break, crack, flex, whatever. But ideally, even with all the faults, they'll be suitable for the application, even if they're not perfect or consistent. I mean, you can't really help that. So, in the meantime, I got an appointment tomorrow with the doctors to have IVIG. Gonna go to financial counselling on Thursday. Friday, I have another doctor's appointment over my feet because I have a problem with my toes, and I have an ingrowth from my 2 big toenails. They're growing in to the nail, into the foot toe, and that's causing a lot of discomfort and pain. And I'm getting an EPC document, a care plan essentially for my feet, my toes. And my doctor, he wants me to see my oncologist or hematologist. They say oncologist, but hematologist at the Royal Adelaide Hospital in order to find out what treatment to take when they do the toes and whether to do them or not. It's all up to the oncology teams, essentially, or hematologist teams, to let me know what to do. Even my doctor doesn't really want to prescribe me any medications at this point in time, knowing my health, my history and stuff. They want me to go straight to my hematologist for this stuff, because he's not that kind of specialist. He's a general practitioner, with the hematologist specialise in that area of, bloods and cancers and stuff. They know a lot of stuff. Even at first glance, you think they don't know nothing, but then when they, know stuff, they know stuff. If they can save your life, you have to just trust in their knowledge at the end of the day. Oh, and I've learnt some things recently. It does not matter who it is in the world. You probably want to always be nice to everyone, and even when you're nice to people, they go around and talk about you ridiculously behind your back. So ideally, when people do that, what happens is it hurts you and your reputation, and it reduces connections you can have, because people believe that stuff. Rumors are rumors, not to be in some ways believed, because it's a rumor. And I think everyone's perspective and everyone's interaction with each other is going to be different. So, recently my dad got sacked over Safe Work Australia going to his workplace, and he got sacked over that. My dad doesn't want to take any action out of fear that someone's going to get hurt in the family if he takes any action legally. And so he's scared of that, because they know they're doing wrong things behind the scenes, and they don't want the government there, pretty much. And pretty much, yeah. It's not good. Then there was me and my mum. We found out that people have been talking shit about me and her for no reason. And even though I was very nice to someone, and I pretty much said we're going to find someone else to do the job, they went ahead and started blabbering about us to someone else. And I was very nice, and I was very professional. As angry as I was, I called them up. I was very nice to them, asked them if they bought anything, whatever. They didn't do nothing. And then they had the audacity to go and crap talk about us to other people. It's like, these people are just worthless. Not to mention, they said that the job that we just had done It's going to be expensive. Of course, things there are expensive. We know that. The parts are expensive. The work that need to be done to our other home. Oh, frick. If you saw some of the electrical stuff, oh god, that was horrifying. I don't know if the wiring's actually getting used, but there's just like these thick wires that are just tangled together with other cables, and it's like there's heaps of them. It's like, what the heck is this? But it is an old way that they wired the house up. They didn't use the right single cable, so they put in extra cables. Like, I used to do that. That's what kids would do. That's what I did when I was younger. I used to do this sort of wiring. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing in the near future, or eventual future, is I'm going to be setting up printers in a shed. And I'm going to be printing out parts and maybe turning into a bit of a business with making parts while I'm in the state that I am. I'm going to be looking into getting a large enough form factor printer to make an air cleaner box for the Fairlane and make some more and sell them, maybe, if I can. I'm going to be looking into building my own resin printer, and the reason for that one is because I can't actually get a printer the correct dimensions to suit my situation or my scenario, so I have to build my own printer to do that. Someone's trying to tell me that I need a printer that has a LCD screen that I can sacrifice to put in. It's like, do I really need to sacrifice an LCD screen just to power a printer? I have no idea, because I've never played with that stuff, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to thank you guys for being here still and sticking around and keeping this channel going to some extent, I guess. It's going to be a while before I manage to get back into cars, and I don't even know if I will, I don't know if I won't. But I think the idea should be always aiming to try and just do whatever you can do. And that's realistically all you can do. And yeah, I mean, I can't help that my face is always looking oily. My mum and dad are always picking on it and saying, you look at your skin, it's also oily. And it's like, I can't help that. So if it ever bothers you guys, just know it's part of me naturally, apparently now. I don't know, my body just naturally just does it. Maybe other people's does too, but for me that's sort of normal. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Michael Mechanical and I'm signing out.